This is the Dr. Chris Radio Horror Show here on the Radio Horror YouTube channel, and we return with The Blonde in Front of Fear, Katie reviewing Lasso, the new Western horror movie.
Well, hello, my handsome hounds and gorgeous ghouls. It is time again for your Blonde in Front of Fear and Lasso. Now, Lasso is about a group of elderly people who goes to an outing at a kind of a I don't know, outing at a ranch, not really a ranch, but like a I don't know, they do like horse work, they do cattles, they got all this stuff going on. They've got tons of cowboys shooting up stuff. So it should be fun. And then the elderly tend to get all wrapped up in this thing where the cowboys go nuts and start killing people. Now, I thought this was going to be Westworld, where maybe like the cowboys were robots and that's why they were killing everybody. I didn't really get the reason why they were killing everybody, which, you know what, that's fine. That actually sometimes is some of my favorite films where there's no rhyme or reason why, someone is killing a bunch of people. If it's one person, if it's a group of people who just start killing people, it's like, well, no, that usually means there's something behind it, but I just didn't get why. Now, I will give the film this. It has the most diverse survivors that you will ever see at the end. I will guarantee that. You can look through the history of horror films and you will not see a diverse group of survivors. Problem with that, though, is that the male protagonist in the film, I wanted to die within probably about 15 minutes of watching it. There's just something about him that it's like, oh my gosh, you are so annoying and so bothersome that I'm just ready for something bad to happen to you. Here's a plus for this film. The practical effects. Good on you guys. They had some skull crushing and different things. Yes, it's a bit torturous, I understand, but still people have to make those, the flesh and all that stuff look the way it did. And they did a damn fine job because there were some scenes where I'm like, that is actually good. It is perking me up. I will admit, I probably dozed off a little bit though during this film because it seems like it takes about an hour before any of the hardcore gore and horror starts to happen. If you can make it past that, make it past some of the things where like somebody like drops a thing of water instead of picking it up right away, where you can like save the water, they just let it spill, which is like very annoying to watch. Then you know what? You're going to have one hell of a hootenanny time watching this. I would say skip it, but then again, you know what? I don't know. That's just me, but I give it a kind of cheers to fear, but you might like it, so make it your own cheers and check it out.
It's a kind of film that you don't see that often because the Western horror genre doesn't really have like it doesn't really exist. They're not like pumping those films out every 5 minutes.
Not so much. There have been other. I can think of some other. I mean, I can't think of the names right now because I'm blanking on them. But I can think of some like Western films where it's like there's a town that people go to and the town starts to come alive. There's a cemetery that people go to, and there's like an old gunslinger that's looking for justice and stuff like that. But as far as this, there aren't any supernatural entities. Like these are actually human beings who are just killing human beings in torturous ways. I thought it was maybe, I don't know, if I just knew the reason why, because I mean, some of the people get killed and I think it's because they're like, anti-cruelty to animals and stuff, and then they end up killing them the way they would have killed the animals and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, is this the message for PETA, like, hey, people, this is what they're doing to animals, like what if it was a human kind of thing? I thought maybe it was that, but it's not. So yeah, I just didn't, the whole cowboys just completely that are human, just completely going nuts and not really saying a word and just acting like robots killing people. I was like, well, just make them robots, but they're not. They're just, I don't know, just empty-headed cowboys just killing people.
House 2, the second story, the horror comedy from the 80s, that had like a a lot of heavy cowboy elements. I mean, Jesse resurrects his great 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 grandfather, who is like a cowboy that was buried, mummified, and then comes back to life. And then
Oh yeah.
his old partner on the archaeological digs to find the sacred, crystal skull, was also, he comes back or whatever, and he's got, full cowboy gear on too. And then, of course, then at the end of the movie, Jesse, his best friend, the virgin sacrifice from the Aztec temple that they rescued her
Yeah.
from, and the cute little caterpillar dog and the pterodactyl bird all retire in the Old West too.
Yeah.
So awesome. Thank you very much, Katie, for your review of Lasso, the Western horror movie.
You are welcome.